gotta tell you about this case I worked one time. This lady calls me up. She says, listen, I need you to follow my husband. He started going to AA, which is Alcoholics Anonymous. She said, listen, I'm real proud of him for taking these steps on this road to recovery. But he's staying gone a lot longer than I feel like he should be. I don't know. I just got a gut feeling. Math ain't mathing. Anyway, she just wants to know what he's up to when he goes to the AA meeting. It's the only time she notices that he's acting funny. So he goes to AA like 3 times a week. Goes in the evening right after work. But she said he's been like avoiding her when he comes home. And one time she thinks she smelled women's perfume, but she wasn't sure and didn't want to make a big deal out of it if that wasn't the case. On Monday, I follow this guy after work. He drives to the church where they have the AA meeting, meets up with this guy in the parking lot, and they walk diagonal across the street to the McDonald's. Going to get some Mickey D's before the meeting. Seems legit. I could see him through the window. They ordered food and sat down. So I'm minding this fella's business from the parking lot, videotaping him through the window like a normal human being. They get up from the table. They walk out of my view for several minutes. Sure enough, after a few minutes, I see them walking from the other side of the building, back across the McDonald's parking lot, back across the street to the church. So this guy goes into the meeting and I follow in behind him. I want to see who he sits next to, who he talks to. He just sits next to his McDonald's buddy. Anyway, so the meeting ends. My guy leaves, walks down to his car with his little friend, his Big Mac buddy. They each get in their cars and they drive over to the McDonald's parking lot. Listen, it's been like an hour. They hungry again? I don't get it. Maybe this guy's having an affair with Big Macs. I don't know. I don't know. So after several minutes, the Big Mac buddies come out. They're walking towards their cars. They go their separate direction. No big deal. My guy stops at Walgreens. I follow him in. Carefully, of course, because I was just in the AA meeting with him. He didn't see me though. Due diligence, right? Maybe he's got something going on with the pharmacist. I don't know. He goes to the hair section. He's smelling the different hair stuff, right? And then he sprays some on him. Smells his armpits. And I'm like, this is fucking weird. Like, what is going, like, this is weird. Anywho, the guy leaves Walgreens without buying a single thing. Just like leaves the hair care aisle all willy-nilly and goes on about his life. Returns home. I talk to the wife the next day. Tell her about the hairspray. She says, huh, that's weird. He says, okay, do another day of surveillance. Same thing. Follow this guy from work. He rushes to his meeting. Him and his buddy have a date with Ronald McDonald. People are creatures of habit. I'm a creature of nosiness and curiosity. Why would you go to McDonald's to have a meal twice in a day, an hour apart? Maybe it's a McDonald's clerk. But my client never said he come home smelling like chicken McNuggets. Anywho, I decided to go inside and find out who this mystery clerk is. His little girlfriend. At this point, I'm just making stuff up in my head, okay? But I decided to take extra precaution so he doesn't see my face too many times and recognize me. I'm gonna enter from the other side of McDonald's so I don't have to pass by him. And as I drive to the other side of the building to park, this fella in his Big Mac boo thing exited McDonald's and they were walking across the parking lot out the other door. So like they parked here, went in this door, went across this way, out this door, and started walking across the parking lot. When I tell you I was confused as a chameleon in a bag of damn Skittles, listen, I didn't know what was going on. I'm just watching them. Y'all, they walk across the parking lot. This little bitty teeny tiny hole in the wall bar. I decide not to go in while he's in there. They were in there about 10 minutes and then they come out. They walk across the parking lot, walk to McDonald's, walk through the building, out the other side, and across the street to the church where they attend their AA meeting. Did I just see what I think I just seen? Well, as a PI, we don't assume. So I'm not just going to assume all willy-nilly that this fellow went and got a late afternoon cocktail before his AA meeting and then also after. He goes to his AA meeting and I go into the bar. Bartender asks me what I want. I say, I don't know. It's been a long day. Surprise me. Give me what those guys had, I guess. Bartender says, hope you're a whiskey girl. He sure enough slid me a finger of whiskey. Yes, he did. So I joke with him and I say, gosh, I should have asked for a beer. Ha 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 ha. And he proceeds to joke with me about how these fellas come in several times a week. He starts to tell me that from what he's gathered, he thinks they might be in the AA meeting right here at the church. I said, this church? No way. Y'all, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Bertha the bartender done spilled the beans on old Big Mac and McRib, the Ronald McDonald brothers, so I pay the tab and I leave. Go back to the church, wait for these fellas to come out. They come out of Alcoholics Anonymous, get in their cars, drive to the McDonald's, enter the McDonald's, walk through the McDonald's, exit the McDonald's, walk across the parking lot, and enter the bar again. Y'all, I'm freaking stunned. Well, this time, the guy leaves. Him and his little Big Mac boo thing go separate ways. My guy goes to Walgreens. Only this time, he don't go to the hair care section. No, he goes to the colognes and perfumes. He asks the clerk to open the thing, sprays about 40 of them. Imagine he smelled like a brothel. Then he heads home. Well, so the next day, I talk to the wife, tell her what I found out. Well, she said the scent that she smelled when he got home last night was the same scent she smelled before. She said he smelled like breath mint and a brothel. Oh, I felt so bad for my client. She said, if I'm being honest with you, I'd almost rather him be cheating. And that's real hard to say.